YouTubers, Pastor Bob. Hey, I hope you guys are having a blessed weekend. Hey, there's two things I want to talk about. Number one is the new channel. Hey, this is really cool. I mean, even though I'm locked out of my old channel, it is so nice to be able to keep up with my emails and all my comments on the new channel. I forgot what it was like to be small where you could do all those things, because the minute you get, a couple thousand subscribers, you can't keep up anymore. So I kind of like that, the fact that I can respond to everybody. Hey, listen, this year, 2020, there's two things that separate this year from all others, and that is it's leap year and it's also election year. And it's what I call the year of liars. We're going to have all these political commercials coming on television. It's already started. I can't stand it. It's just the year of liars. The only time a politician's not lying is when he's calling another politician a liar. So listen, things are never as they appear, especially with the United States government. So listen, I want to tell you a story. One time I got home from work and I was going to go to the store. And when I went to go to the store, my wife said, "Take your truck." She's never said that. And I thought, why in the world is she telling me that? So anyway, I got my truck and I put my seatbelt on, started it up, put it in gear, went to pull out of the driveway. Well, just about the time I went to pull out of the driveway, I looked down and there's a coffee can down there. So I said, "What's a coffee can doing in my truck?" So I reached down and picked up the coffee can, and when I opened it up, out came this snake. And I mean, just right up in my face. So I grabbed the snake and he starts gnawing on me. And I'm like, I had my foot on the brake. The truck was in gear. I couldn't go anywhere. I had to keep my foot on the brake. I had my seatbelt on. I couldn't jump out. I was just stuck fighting a snake. So after getting bit, multiple times, I finally get this snake caught up and back down in the coffee can, got the lid back on it. And of course I get home and I tell my wife, I said, "Hey, what's with this snake in the coffee can in my truck?" She goes, "Oh, it was in Marilyn's house. We caught it. And so I put it in your truck so you could let it out somewhere." And I'm like, "Gee, thanks for telling me." So anyway, listen, that's just one of those good snake stories. This is the deal. This is what I want to tell you. Never accept anything at face value, ever. Whenever anything happens, especially in this country, when something happens over here, you look over there, because this is most likely a diversion. If it happens over there, you look over there. I want to tell you guys, try not to get caught up in all this politics on social media, because all it does is bring about strife, makes people mad at each other. You're not going to change anybody's politics. I go to the polls and I vote for the lesser of two evils. The Republican Party and the Democratic Party. All they are is two of the same wings of a very filthy bird. They're all the top leaders in both parties are all Illuminati. All this does is make you and I think that we have a say in this, and we don't. I honestly believe that all elections are predetermined. Washington, D.C. is just like that coffee can that was in my truck. It looks like coffee, but the minute you take the lid off, all the snakes come out. That's the way it is in Washington. The Illuminati is the power behind this government. And the only thing you can do is vote for the lesser of two evils. I always vote either Republican or Independent just because I vote against abortion. That's what I vote. I vote for the lesser of two evils. People, listen, I honestly believe that we have a front row seat for the end of time. And I also believe that Donald Trump being elected kind of gave us a little bit of reprieve, kind of a little time out for a couple years. But I honestly believe we're living in the end of time. And I hope Donald Trump gets elected for 4 more years. But after he's out, the minute another Democrat gets in and they have the House, America's going straight downhill. just like it did under Obama. But listen, it's not about politics. It's not about the election. It's not about America. It's not about any of that. As I told you yesterday, this world is not our home. And remember the scripture we looked at yesterday? The middle scripture of the Bible, Psalms 118, 8, 9. It's better to take refuge in the Lord than to put your trust in man. It's better to take your refuge in the Lord than to put your trust in princes. People, listen. This government is evil. Just like almost every other government in the world. They're all run by Satan. And you thinking you're going to cast a vote and change something, you're not. It's just the way it is. This is what it says in John 14, 1-3. It says, "Let your heart not be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also." Jesus tells us that in his Father's house are many mansions. You have one, and I have one. And he's coming back to get us. Don't get tangled up in the affairs of this world. It's all about God. That's what it's all about. Focus on God. Witness to the lost. That's all you got to do. Focus on God. Witness to the lost. Because we are definitely living in the end of time, and pretty soon we're going to look up and he'll be coming. You'll be standing there just as bold as a lion while everybody else is running looking for a hole to climb in. Anyway, I just want to give you something to think about this morning. Heaven or hell, you choose. Just remember, once you take your last breath, this is